Hello friends, thanks for watching Montanez Computing. In this video I'm going to be using CPU profile using 3DMark. Alright, here I've got 3DMark open and I've downloaded the CPU profile program, so I'm going to check details on that. It talks about 3DMark profile using a new approach to CPU benchmarking. It produces a single number, scaling with the number of cores and threads. Each profile test uses a combination of physics computations and custom simulations, and it works by an average simulation time per frame rather than frame rate. And talks about the core being a physical part of the CPU, and with more cores, more work can be performed at the same time. And the more threads you have, the greater number of throughput, and it should max out once you've reached the max number of cores that it's got. So I've never used this program before, just like the previous one with the graphics test. This is just going to be a CPU test, and we're going to see what it does. Okay, I clicked run, and we're going to be running the benchmark here, so it's collecting some system information. Okay, and that's loading into the max threads test for CPU profile. See what this does. Now the graphics are kind of stuttery on this, partly because it's a stress test, partly because I don't have a great graphics card, but these things aren't meant to really test the graphics so much as the computer's ability to interface with everything. See, it looks like unlike the graphics card test, it doesn't tell me how many runs this is, so we'll see how many runs this goes through. So I believe it's gone from max threads to 16 threads to 8 threads, so it looks like it's counting down maybe to see how many threads there are that are available to the computer. Also, while doing this video, I am recording, so that is also putting an additional stress on it. So, some of the numbers may be skewed from what it would be if I didn't have other programs in the background connecting to my cell phone to do this recording, as well as the program to mix all of it together, which is OBS Studio. So, results aren't exactly as they appear to be. This is a 4 threads test, 2 threads test. It's also very slow and stuttery on this one. The 2 threads just aren't keeping up, it looks like. See what I'm assuming the next one will be a 1 thread test, and it's probably going to be even slower and more stuttery than this one is. It's kind of neat to see that though. Alright, single thread test, going very slow. This vaguely reminds me of a time when I was in Guam playing World of Warcraft on my laptop at the laundromat of all places, and we had very bad internet connection there, and I was getting ridiculous lag spikes, and I was running a dungeon, and there was an 8,000 millisecond lag time. That's basically 8 seconds worth of lag time. So everything I did happened 8 seconds later. So I literally had to be thinking 8 seconds into the future so that I could be responding to stuff that hadn't even happened yet. And it was very, very rough and painful. The graphics, were updating about as fast as this is right now, and it was just really weird, the whole situation. Okay, looks like it's done. So 8 cores, 16 threads. We got max threads here, 6595 with 16 threads. And as it goes down, the number also decreases. Monitoring, let's see, clock frequency is staying pretty well up there, 44, 45, 45. So my overclocking is hanging out just fine. Let's see if we click down here. CPU temperature, and not the greatest temperature, 90 degrees Celsius, which is pretty hot, but it was also a stress test, so it should have been a little bit high. Let's see, GPU is just telling you what my graphics processor is, what my CPU is, a Ryzen 7 5800X, 8-core processor. I was telling you the time that I ran this test was starting at 6:52 a.m. Yeah, I'm up that early at 6 in the morning making videos on YouTube. Plug and play monitor, detailed scores, detailed monitoring. This just shows both of the things at the same time, so I can see the overlay of both the time, or the frequency and the temperature going on through here. All right, so what I get out of this is that it's working very efficiently, that the frequency isn't being affected too much by the processes that were going through there. It didn't really stutter all that much. Compare it down here at the bottom. These shorter runs here, let's see, here's the 16 thread run. Looked like a little bit of frequency dip right about there. I don't know what's up with that. It must have stressed the computer a little bit. Then we come over here. There's a little bit more of an oscillation for the 8 thread run. A little more smooth and stable here, but as you can see, the length of the periodicity for each of these tests gets a little bit longer each time. Coming down to this 2 thread one, it's almost twice as long as that 4 thread. The 4 thread pretty close to twice as long as the 8 thread, and the 8 thread is twice as long as the 16. You come back over here to the 1 thread, it's almost twice as long periodicity wise as the 2 threads. So, you know, which all makes sense. It should be 2 times difference. And over here we see just more smooth stability because it's just trucking along doing its slow little thing going here. But this test was a lot shorter. It was only 5 minutes long. And it's just interesting to see. I've never done a CPU benchmark test before, and I wanted to share that with you. If you've had any experience doing this with other programs, I'd be interested to know what they are so I can try those out on my computer. If this video has brought you any value, please click like on the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you click the bell notification icon, that'll let you know next time I upload a video so that you can watch it and enjoy my boring voice just like you always do when you're watching these videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day. I appreciate you watching.